Hello, this is Greg Strine. I'm the Division Manager of the Wisconsin Division. Right now you're watching this at your weekly team meeting, and we've just finished the SC2 push. And what I want to do is I want to talk to you about putting yourself in a position of choice for future and opportunities. One thing about Vector is it's continually growing and it's created so much opportunity for many people, myself included. I started as a college student 24 years ago and have had the opportunity to take advantage of the opportunities that the company has to offer. One thing I want to share with you, what I look for when I'm promoting people into management, I look for certain things that show me a person is dedicated to what they do. Okay, so I want to just give you some advice on how to put yourself into that position of choice. First of all, one thing that I look for is how the effort a person puts in. Obviously in SC2, many of you put in quite a bit of effort. We also have the Conference of Champions push coming up as well, which gives you a second opportunity to show how hard you can work. But one thing that's very important is many of you have been in the business. Some of you have been in the business for just 1 or 2 weeks. There are some of you that have been in the business for several years. But I would say the majority of you have been in the business anywhere from just a few weeks to maybe 8 to 10 weeks. And when I bring someone into our organization and I offer someone a position as a sales representative and they are planning on working from when they start until they go back to college, which for most of you is probably towards the end of August or beginning of September. And what's important to me is not how a person starts, it's how they finish. And when a person makes that decision to work, it's a commitment that they make. So if I want to promote someone into management, one thing that you want to ask yourself, if you are going to be hiring someone and moving them into your organization for a leadership role, would you want someone who is a leader who starts strong and then slowly performs at a lower level as the summer progresses? Or would you rather have someone who works hard and develops their skills and continues to grow and shows their worth through the entire summer? And obviously the answer is very obvious. And so what I do is I look for what people do in August and how they perform and watch a person develop the skills that they're learning and using those skills. One of my favorite examples in our division is Josh Dix. He ran a branch two summers ago. Ran another branch last summer where he was the #1 branch manager in the state of Wisconsin, and he's running his 3rd branch on his summer vacation from UW-Whitewater, and he is #1 branch manager in our division again this summer. One thing I've always known about Josh is that he would be very successful as an assistant manager and as a branch manager. One of the reasons I saw that was Josh during the SC2 push, he had large goals like many of you have had. It was his first summer and he finished the push, if I remember correctly, right around $6,000 in sales. So over a period of 2 weeks, it was not what he wanted to accomplish. He wasn't satisfied, he wasn't happy with that. And he wanted to put himself in a position of choice. He wanted to be one of the people that would be considered for an assistant manager with potentially the opportunity to be a branch manager down the road. Well, what Josh did was during our Conference of Champions push, which the year he was a sales rep was only 10 days. This year you have a huge advantage of it being 14 days. But he worked hard in August, and when that push came around, he made the decision he wanted to go hard, and instead of in 2 weeks accomplishing small $10,000 in sales, in 10 days he decided to go after $10,000 in sales. And he accomplished it. The very last 2 weeks before he left for school, or the last 10 days before he left for school, he sold $10,000. What showed me a lot about Josh was he's a smart business person. He was earning 30% at the time, and so he was able to make $3,000 in his last 10 days of the summer. That's what smart business people do, is they take advantage of a great opportunity when their income is at the highest potential. And so that's what some of you guys are starting to reach. And also, he just worked hard, and he showed me he's the type of person I can count on. So as a branch manager, he continued to perform at a very high level and has continued to perform at a very high level since then. And again, he's the #1 branch manager in the state of Wisconsin so far this summer, and he also was last summer. So the keys to success in our business is really put yourself in a position of choice. Vector is an amazing opportunity. There are amazing opportunities as a branch manager and also as an assistant manager for your future. And many of you guys may decide, hey, I want to be an FSM. I want to take advantage of half, which is great. Assistant managers get a chance to do that as well. But it's nice to be that person who can say, hey, here's why I should be an assistant manager. Here's why I should be a leader in the office. Here's why I should be a branch manager down the road. Here's why you should consider me, because I'm the person who worked harder than anybody else in my office till the end of the summer, and I accomplished quite a bit. So have a great rest of the summer. Hope you had a great time at SC2, and get ready for a big Conference of Champions push coming up in a couple weeks.